don't hate the perspectives, hate the experiences that led to such a decision. This is a different type of video because I don't even know what to talk about. I feel like it's been so long since I last provided my thoughts, and that's frankly because I've been thinking so much myself. A lot has changed in my life in the past little bit, and it frankly is crazy. I felt my entire brain chemistry rewiring itself, and it's been just an insane trek as I reflect and read, process, grow, just from everything and all. The core thing that I think has really started this all is, frankly, I went through a breakup. And if you're like some people, you would have experienced one too before. You know that this period is a time of immense turmoil and just, you don't know how to orient yourself in space anymore. You're floundering, you're reaching for the top of the water. At times, you're just drowning. And, you know, I think that is I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's just that, you know, when you go through a breakup, you lose a part of your identity. The individual that you've been spending all those days, weeks, months, years with, as much as you try to remain maybe an individual, because I mean there's different ways to do your relationship, you know. You can kind of become very dependent on each other or try to remain individuals, and the latter, I definitely, in my relationships, I like to kind of still have an individual identity. So maybe you would think that you know, after a breakup it'll be easier to get back on your feet. But if anything, it's not that easy. No matter how much of a individual you try to be in a relationship, after 3 years, you know, it starts to become part of you, of your daily routine, your daily lifestyle, the way that you, I use the word orient yourself in the world, because there's so much going on at all times in our life, and just kind of having this lighthouse there constantly where you can check in, talk with them, discuss, and just orient yourself again. You're going through these rocky parts of life, you can talk to your best friend who you've been sharing experiences with for many years. You like, whatever happens, you know, you have this individual in your life. And when you break up, you lose a part of your identity. You lose this lighthouse in your life. You lose someone that you can confide in and just share your thoughts and ideas, and just kind of makes reality more real than it is without them. Because for the past 3 years, this has been your reality. It has been the world that you've come to know. And when you can't live in that reality anymore, where are you living? So, it's a very interesting time. There's a woodpecker I'm looking at. It's a very interesting time going through a breakup, because maybe you can see it. Oh no, it's gonna be too hard. Can you see him? It's cute. It's a very interesting time going through a breakup. Can you? Oh, he's running. I don't know if you caught it on the camera, but it's a very interesting time going through a breakup, because you are floundering and trying to, what's it called? It's a very interesting time to go through, because you are now undergoing a process of refilling in your orientation of where you are in life. When you lose such a lighthouse, another one needs to take its place. And that takes time. It takes time to find the lighthouse. And maybe it's not even a person. That's the cool part. Maybe it's in yourself, with your own understandings of the world, with your own perspectives, and your own identity that you're working towards and finding. Because, just did a climb. While talking, that was tiring. I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you have these lighthouses in your life, and of course that's could be your lover, could be your friends, your family, could be even an activity that you love to do. Or for lots of people, it's work, your career. It defines you as you, because you've been doing it, participating in it, talking with, loving, cherishing, whatever these activities are, for years. It has slowly become this thing that orients your life. That no matter where you are, these objects are in relation to something. It's such an abstract way of just saying these things make you you. It at least feels that way. So when you lose any of them, how can you even envision or imagine yourself without them? So, hopefully I'm making myself clear. And that's why when you lose something like that, a friend, a lover, a career, maybe you've been working in a career for 30 years and you're retiring, they're all the same. They invoke a similar emotion of your identity is being stripped away from you. Not all of it, but a part of it. And what's left is this hole. And it's painful to sit with that hole. But you get to choose in the end how you fill it back up. And hopefully you don't choose to do it with some sort of harmful addiction, through drinking, through drugs, through just relapses of habits that are just not good for you. And hopefully you can take that opportunity of that void, of that discomfort that you're in now, to choose it as a reset for a way to figure out who you actually are even more. When you lose someone, something, you get an opportunity to begin another reorientation in a way. And it doesn't necessarily have to be all the negative. Because as I describe, the hole is there. But it doesn't mean that your relationship is not. It still exists in you. And it's now your job to take kind of those experiences, those losses, to help educate you with how you actually want to now fill this void. And for me, I think losing your relationship with someone after many years, you know, I've learned now more than ever what love is, and more than ever the type of person I want to spend my time with, and how to care and how to love. And the void doesn't subtract from that. The void is an opportunity to step into something more, to step into myself. I understand those things now. And now I have another chance to kind of recalibrate my own identity again and figure out what it is and who it is I actually want to do and be. I think another way people describe this stuff when people pass in their lives and they experience death of like a family member, or a breakup call, and all these like weird traumatic events that we all will experience. People describe it as a wake-up call, I feel like, often. And in essence, that is what I'm trying to describe. And usually wake-up call is met with like an essence of you haven't been doing something and you should have been doing more, or whatever. I don't fully mean that style of description, which is why I was going from this like more abstract discussion. But in essence, you know, a wake-up call is a good descriptor. You wake up to the idea that, I've been doing that for so long, I've been participating in that for so long. When I don't have this thing, when I don't have this someone, my life feels awful. And there's no changing the fact that I will have this thing again, have someone again, so I can take my experience and step into the next string of life and fill up my void with something more sincere, even to my own self. Maybe I'm just rambling now, but I just think this idea of the void is an important thing to understand and realize. And for me, it's been interesting. It's been like 2 months now, 5 months since I kind of knew it was coming. And I've been able to call, or not even I've been able to, because that's me implying that I never was able to, but I've come to the understanding that I can indeed call my parents more often and have good conversations with them. And I can indeed call my friends more often and have conversations with them. That I can say I love you to my friends. That I can embrace them with a warm hug. And I've also learned that I can and certainly shouldn't be afraid of who I am, because that's what we are in this life, just being who you are. So this void that I've been experiencing has allowed me to walk into a further identity of just a contentness with myself and my ability to express love for people, others, my family, my friends, and myself as well. I've often didn't have the confidence to trust my own ideas. I would have to overthink everything, but I can feel my void healing over with just some I don't know, just imagine some dude with some sunglasses just nodding me yeah. That's what my void is healing with. Just chill, And I can be happy to be me, and that's okay, and that's actually good. That's beautiful. And I think those effects that I've experienced that I've described is a direct result of how, when you have a void in your life, it gives you the time that you need to reflect, to ponder, to really dig into what it is that you feel. And for me, I've been reading a lot of philosophy. I don't even like that word because I feel like it always comes with crazy connotation. But I would say, I've just been going through a lot of reflection about life, the big questions of life. What is life? What is living? How do you live the best? My thoughts on scientific, rational thinking of the Western world, which is an interesting one. I can get into a different video. But I've just been having a really interesting time kind of growing and healing the hole in my soul from the identity that was stripped away from me into almost a rebirth of who I want to become. And I know that this process will not stop here, that I will face immense loss in my life, whether that's through a death of a family member, a friend. Maybe someone just gets straight up pissed at me that I loved and cherished for something that I did wrong. Or, it shows up when you change your circumstances again. I experienced this when I moved away to pursue my master's degree last year, and I'll probably experience it again when I'm about to graduate from my master's degree in like 5 months or so. There's all these moments in time where your identity is stripped, and it's because you become so used to living with the way things are. And I think the core that I want to get across is that when it strips away from you, it's not always a bad thing. I don't even think it ever is a bad thing. If anything, it's an opportunity just to live with much more intent and just appreciation for life. Because all your losses that you experience help reorient you as well and put things into perspective with how you now want to live the rest of your life. But of course, it doesn't make anything that you experience less miserable or sad. I mean, losing something or going through something, I don't know, you fill in the blank for your own circumstances. It sucks. It's hard. But I promise you that if you give yourself the time you deserve to pause and reflect and think about your own circumstances in life, you will grow that void and you'll become someone you would have never ever dreamt of even becoming in a positive way. And on the contrary, if you choose to fill your void with things that are not good, and I don't even know if I need to give examples, because you are someone that I believe has enough ability to decide for themselves what is bad for you. You just have to listen to yourself. You know what's bad for you. You just choose to ignore it. So if you fill your void with those things, maybe you will unfortunately become someone that you don't want to be, and you never ever would have dreamt of being in a negative way. So I hope that you kind of take whatever you're going through as an opportunity to positively reflect about your own circumstances in life and how to reorient yourself. And maybe you need to cling on to a hobby to keep you going for a while. Maybe you need to phone a friend more often than you've usually done for a while. Do all these things to help anchor you into reality. There's nothing wrong with that. Use that and help it, let it kind of shape and mold you even more. Maybe you'll figure out a deeper appreciation for your hobby, what it can do for you. Maybe you'll find a deeper appreciation for reading or writing or doing all these activities in life and being creative, But you just have to give yourself the opportunity to pursue those things and to try. you can't grow by being, I don't know, you can't grow by sitting still. Things need to change. And right now in your life, you're just experiencing the change. But I know that this will make you grow into someone that you'll be proud of. Matthew guaranteed. But anyway, thank you for listening to my off the dome, off the cuff conversation, reflections, however you want to call it. I hope to make some more introspective videos soon because I really like thinking and just sharing my own perspectives, because I believe that, honestly, I don't want to claim that my perspectives are right. They're not. Which is actually even more so why I like to share them, because I can learn what other people think. I can read about other people's perspectives, and together we can kind of bounce the ball against every single wall to just discover kind of the, just the nuance of everything and all. Maybe this is too much abstractness, but I just it's important to share and listen and to learn from others. So I guess I'm in part going on one end of the spectrum of the sharing, and in my own life I like to do the listening to others too. But anyway, I'm Matthew, signing off. Peace.